Hey Scorpios, I hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to the channel. Thank you all so much for your support and all your likes, your shares, your subscribes. It truly means everything to me. Please note these are general messages, so they won't resonate with everybody. Take what does, leave the rest, and if none of it resonates, I don't know, maybe it'll provide some information. These are just basically advice cards, or they help you validate a situation because it could have been something that happened in the past, or it could be just giving you some insight as to what's happening now, or it could give you some options in terms about what you want to do in the future. Time is fluid, and basically as well, don't give your power away to any tarot reader, okay? What we say is not gospel. This doesn't mean that it's going to happen. You have free will as well as your partner or whoever it is you're thinking of. And energy can change like that. Okay? So let's get into this for you. What do I have? What do I have? Right now I'm seeing, if you will, I'm seeing a challenge in terms of the Fool and the Five of Pentacles. So what this card is saying, and especially when I look at the surrounding cards, is that somebody is being careless. They may have been careless, especially if they went on a trip of some sort, or even if they didn't go on a trip, they may have done something while out traveling, and it could have been that they stepped out on the connection. And I think that the reason why they did that is because they may have felt insecure. You have, this could be the one, stay optimistic about your love life and very soon. So I feel like you were in a connection, and either you or the person that you're dealing with made a mistake. And if it wasn't that, I feel like this person may have an issue with addictions. And I say that because surrender your addictions is coming up in reverse, which means I feel that somebody has been trying to work on their issues. It also says surrender to the natural beauty of the world, but this is in reverse. So I feel like somebody, that's where I was getting this whole trip thing. In that first scenario, was that somebody had taken a trip and they said, oh, I'm just, going out to have fun and whatnot else, but maybe they ended up meeting somebody and they had a fling. Again, the challenge is addicted. So let's dive further in and see where this is going. I feel like somebody is trying to find a way out of a relationship right now. But yet, I think that they're staying because they're afraid of change. They're afraid of being alone. How this person sees you is cold and detached at the moment. Okay, with that King of Swords energy. This person may feel that you challenge them, which is a good thing, to overcome whatever their issues are. On the other hand, for others of you, they may see you as not having structure or routine, or that you may use your intelligence in a bad way that causes endings. Maybe they feel as though you were a bit aggressive to them, or you feel as though they were aggressive to you, and maybe even being intimidating or controlling or cold or dishonest. Or, having a lack of morals and discipline. Maybe someone lost their head here. And I say that because there's that Ten of Swords. So if somebody lost their head or whatever be the case, I think because of the situation, this indicates breakups, divorce, separation, or severing ties. And it's almost as though somebody already knew that this was coming, okay? I think somebody knew that the connection was already in serious trouble. And I think what these cards are saying is that whether this is you or the other person, they need to accept that this is what's happening, because it also can indicate betrayal and infidelity. Now, that being said, this could be somebody in the connection that's just being very dramatic, or they could want a lot of attention, so they might do things to seek it, right? They could be playing the victim as well. And that could be the final nail in the coffin. Now, they could be addicted to you. You could be addicted to them. How they see the connection is the Hanged Man in reverse. So the trouble with the Hanged Man in reverse is that somebody is discontent. They might have apathy or disinterest, or again, they could be stuck in negative patterns or impulsiveness. And we really see that a lot too here with this Fool card as being the challenge, is impulsive. And the impulsivity could have left them lacking money. They may have made some bad financial decisions. If there are physical addictions to substances, etc., they could have spent money that was needed for things. But basically, I feel like this impulsivity may have been what continues to leave them in a state of lack. And they can change, but I don't feel that they've wanted to. Maybe they haven't seen how their actions have hurt them. Strong Pisces energy here, so you may be dealing with a Piscean. I also, for others of you, I see that somebody may have had addiction issues, but maybe they went away to a rehab, okay? And they're really trying to get better. Because what they want is to be able to find that inner strength, to overcome the obstacles that they're facing, to feel good and get that confidence back. But circling back to how someone sees the connection is, again, that there's something they're not happy with. Maybe they feel like they're stuck in a rut, or you feel like you're stuck in this rut, and maybe you feel trapped in this situation or a frame of mind, and it's not making you happy. But you do have the power definitely to release yourself, but that would mean that you'd have to walk away from the connection. So you could be in a situation right now where you're trying to make that decision. I think you've tried to stay optimistic about your love life. You've really tried to put in the effort, and I see that with this Ten of Swords, or the person did. They really tried. But it's like, I feel as though someone got to a point where it was enough is enough. Maybe they didn't see that this was changing. And because this person is impulsive and makes rash decisions, I feel like it could be a way that they were distracting themselves from inner discontentment. They may jump from one bad situation into another without considering where it's taking them. So this card is a good card to ask oneself, is there feelings that they're trying to avoid confronting, or changes that they know that need to be made but are reluctant to tackle? If there are, what are they afraid that will happen? And if you or the other person, like this could be for the cross watcher for that matter, if they really don't know the answer, it might be important to just stop and breathe and wait for things to become clearer. And I say that because in terms of clarity, also how they see this situation is the Moon card. So with the Moon, it speaks to vagueness or instability or deception, anxiety or fear, subconscious insecurities for that matter, which ties into this Strength card where somebody's not feeling their inner strength. So I'm thinking that somebody has to understand that this situation isn't what it seems, and they need to listen to their intuition. We also have the High Priestess here too, which speaks to intuition. We'll get to that. So in this connection, I feel that it's like someone is definitely feeling this insecurity in the connection, and maybe it looks fine to the outside world, but it's not as perfect as it seems. Maybe they show up as looking fine to the outside world, but behind closed doors, you're seeing a different picture of who they really are and what they're really struggling with. There could be miscommunication. There could be a lot of arguments. There could be a lot of old issues or insecurities coming to the surface. And maybe that's it too, because in the want or need section, there's something to do with the past here. So maybe this is something that they haven't dealt with, they haven't gone within, and they haven't been able to face themselves and what it is that needs to heal, right? They could be afraid of what they're going to see if they go and actually look at what it is that's been tearing them apart. Maybe they're holding themselves accountable and consistently putting them into a cycle of losing out and failing relationships because of the fact that deep down, maybe they don't feel that they deserve a relationship because they made a mistake at some point in the past. Maybe this isn't even about cheating right now. Perhaps somebody in the past made one simple mistake and they're holding themselves hostage because of it. So it's like they purposely self-sabotage. They could go out drinking and partying, and then next thing you know, they make mistakes, and then they end up on their own, and then they continue to tell themselves, yeah, this is my fate, you know? And then they feel the shame of it, and the regret, and the remorse, and they say to themselves, oh, I really need to change the way that I am doing things, because I know I can be better, but yet it's almost like they're of two minds, right? With that sword, it's like it can swing both ways. So it's like they get the strength to forgive themselves, and they do good for a little while, but then it's like the guilt comes back to them with this moon card, and it starts to surface, or pain from the past, whatever happened, comes back, and they throw themselves into another bad situation because they feel like they deserve persecution. They feel like they deserve to be consistently let go, but what they don't realize is that they're recreating this whole situation with their recklessness because they feel like they deserve punishment. It's kind of like in that show Lucifer, where some people do things because they feel as though they deserve punishment, and they never got it from the person that they hurt. And they can't understand why. And so because they didn't get punished by the person that they hurt, they continue to punish themselves. It's like they feel as though they don't deserve a good relationship, so they'll screw it up somehow. Wow, that's interesting. Whew, I had to take a deep breath there. It's almost like I just felt that anxiety, like that's it. That's exactly it. Someone here does not feel like they deserve a good relationship, so they continue to screw it up. Aww. So again, strong Pisces energy here, because you have this High Priestess, the Moon, and the Hanged Man. But again, very soon, somebody's going to have to decide what they want to do. Whether this be the Cross Watcher, they're going to have to decide whether they're going to stay or go. If this is you, Scorpio, maybe this is what this person is struggling with. And as much as you've been trying so hard to stay optimistic about this connection, it might be time to make a change, because in the outcome here, you've got the Tower. Okay? So you might decide out of nowhere to just end it, because it's about sudden upheaval, and I think that this is about listening to the intuition here, right? So it's like somebody might finally see, like, look, I don't have the control of this situation. This is something they need to heal. Maybe they need to go to rehab if it's actual physical addiction problems. And addiction is simply that too. It could be anything. It could be people, places, things. It could be food, shopping. It could be video games, whatever distracts them from not having to face how they are self-sabotaging. But again, circling back, it can represent separation, divorce, or breakups, and that either or both partners are going through a difficult or traumatic event. Now, it could be pushing the connection. Maybe this was a traumatic event in terms of something that has happened in the past, maybe even something to do with the family. This may not even have to do with the connection. This could be something external that really affected someone on a deep level. And because they didn't process it properly, they may need to, and I shouldn't say need, because honestly, again, don't give your power away to readers, but a suggestion may be to get some counseling here, especially with the Strength card and the Six of Cups, because the want and need, maybe they just need some counseling to get through it. Maybe if there was a loss of a child, I'm so sorry for that, but somebody went through some serious trauma here or some serious issue at some point in time. And I feel like one person is trying so hard to continue to keep this going, but yet the other one is really struggling. But we also know too that the only person that can save us is ourselves. So sometimes you have to leave the situation because it's just going to hurt you continuously. So like I was saying, that could be the case. Now for others of you, this could have been a good thing because it may have pushed the relationship, right, to a point where you both are stepping up now. You're both stepping into your power here, and you're listening to your intuition that something needs to change. So this could be very good. So as you clearly decide what you want, this could push it to a point where someone taps in finally to their inner power and you're able to rebuild this connection. Now that being said, I'm going to get some clarity for that. What about the outcome here? The Tower for Scorpio, the Tower. And of course that's your card. So this could even simply mean that this is you and a Pisces possibly, and that you're going to end up together. You could be dealing with a Leo, could be dealing with a Taurus, could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But again, do not put too much stock in the signs, because the truth of the matter is the signs are about elements, right? So it's about air, fire, water, and earth. And we all have these elements in our placements. And this is the journey of life, is learning how to balance each one of these elements within us, okay? So this could be just somebody had a little bit too much air influence, and because it's a double-edged sword, if they don't get control of their thoughts, because maybe they just stayed stuck in their head to avoid emotion, that could have been, you know, where addiction comes in. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna have a beer to stop my mind from racing or to help me sleep at night, whatever be the case, and then all of a sudden it just started spiraling out of control. But regardless, what I'm saying is that this could be the very good change that's happening. So let's see. Yeah, somebody is trying to find a way to be better. Now, of course, this could also signify that a secret is going to come out. So again, for that other scenario for some of you, where I said that somebody may have taken a trip and may have had some fun with a third party, it could be revealed. But I feel like this is about moving forward cautiously. Moving forward cautiously and really being considerate of what each one is going through. It's like the one going through the addiction needs to be considerate of how it's affecting the person who has to sit on the sidelines and watch this. For others, it, like for the ones that weren't addicted, it could be, you know, strategically figuring out a way forward by being cautious with each other and gentle with each other, especially while this person is trying to heal, if you love them, right? And that's a big ask, you know, that's a big thing to take on. What else? Yeah, again, there we go. There we go. Okay. So someone might even be sneaking away from this situation. They might be trying to find a way to get out because they don't want to invest anymore. But yet this, regardless of this, this is a very hard decision, I feel, because it's like they're trying to use their willpower because their heart and mind are going in two different directions. I don't feel like this is an easy decision for somebody. I really don't. But either or, somebody's going to be moving on. The obstacles are going to be overcame. So this could even mean that this person is going to stop indulging and they're going to get this inner strength that they need and want. And this connection may be a little bit rocky going forward, but you're going to make it happen and you're going to rebuild it based on trust, security, and faith, right? And the action that gets put in. I really like that. I think, yeah, I'm feeling that one. I'm feeling that outcome as more is just incredible how you're going to be able to strategically find a way past these issues. And I feel that the stability is going to come back and that you both are going to move forward here. I think somebody's going to give up the garbage that's no longer needed. And yeah, it may be a little bit rocky, but there's a strength here that I see with this Chariot card. Okay? Wow. Okay, this is getting to be very long. Either or, sending you so much love, and I hope that you all can stay optimistic. Whatever it is that you decide, though, is the right decision for you, whether this be you, Scorpio, or cross-watchers. And there's no fault or no blame. Sometimes the situation is just what it is, and that's why the King of Swords is here, is about needing to detach and really look at it from a logical standpoint as opposed to an emotional one. Okay? All right, you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.